This is Eagle Al, and today we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts, high praises of Kevin Patullo. Also, we're going to talk about a few training camp things I forgot to talk about, like Montrell Johnson, how he's making a push to make the roster. Also, Ty Robinson had a good day the other day, but let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we get into the main topics, I keep forgetting to talk about this clip I seen of Jayden Daniels, how the Eagles are still on his mind after that big loss. But let me play this clip.
When last we saw you on a football field, you were walking off in Philadelphia. How long did that last with you, walking off with that feeling?
Every day, probably until like March, April.
Really?
Yeah, it was a tough one because all of February that's all I was thinking about, and then March you start trying to get out of it. April, I still think about it to this day.
Sure.
Like obviously I had to see those guys a couple times. So
Was there chirping going on at all?
no, it was a respect thing, but
Okay.
they know what's up, and obviously it was more so respecting. Like I seen Saquon a couple times throughout the offseason.
Okay.
So it was nothing but respect. He was talking a little bit.
A little bit?
Rightfully so.
Yeah, he earned it, right?
They earned it.
Yeah.
They earned it. So, we can't take that away from him.
Sure.
But yeah, like, I still think about it.
One thing I got to say, a word of advice, you got to get over it. Because if it's still on your mind and it carry over to the next season, and we play out towards the end of the season, it's going to be bad for y'all because you still reflecting on the past. You got to get over it. One thing I like about Jalen Hurts, you lose, you get over it. It's time to reset. Don't let that plague you or set you back. Just, you try to do what you got to do. I'm saying try because the Eagles, we on the mission too. We going to see you too. So, look, that's just word of advice. If we still on your mind, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. But let's get into a couple, I don't want to say training camp notes, but just a guy I kind of feel bad that I forgot to talk about because he is a UDFA. One of my favorite UDFAs actually is Montrell Johnson out of Florida. Well, ran like a 4.41. He was like in the top 5 fastest running backs. And I'm hearing he's having a good camp. And I even read like a couple articles to see if it aligned with my notes. And one of the articles said like, yo, he's got this unexpected burst. It was by Jimmy Kempsky, I believe, Philly Voice article, if you want to check it out, and how balanced and how he know how to hit the hole. And what the word is, this is the word. If the Eagles decide to cut A.J. Dillon, it will be because Montrell Johnson was that good. Listen to what I'm saying. If we decide to cut A.J. Dillon, that means Montrell Johnson was that good because not only he's that fast and he finds the hole really fast, he's a bruiser as well. So you get a bruiser back, a guy that's very fast, who gets in and out of his cuts really fast, and you get a bruiser. UDFA. So he's not going to get as much money as A.J. Dillon. He's younger, so you could build him up. And people saying we decide to keep 4 running backs is because we don't want Montrell Johnson to hit the market because we fear that he's going to get snatched. But he's been that good. And he a UDFA guy. I got to show him love because the UDFAs, the late round picks, they don't really get enough love. But he doing this thing. Like, he's flashing. I don't see a lot of tweets about him because he don't have the name. But if you go into the articles, you look up a couple things, yeah, this dude is having one of those camps. But I still think it's a stretch to say we're going to cut A.J. Dillon over him. But people like, if that happens, don't be surprised. Like, all right, we're going to watch. That's why I always wish these things were public because I'm just going off of word of mouth. And again, word of mouth is saying, yeah, he's that dude. He's that guy. I'm like, all right, we'll see. We'll see. We seen what he did in Florida. Like, he was nice. He doing that in the NFL level. we'll see. We'll definitely see. So shout out to Montrell Johnson. I gotta give my UDFA some love, man. And hopefully he can make the team. Hopefully he can. But we keep 4 running backs because of him, like in a positive way. That answers my question. If we cut AJ Dillon because Montrell Johnson was that good, that answered my question. So shout out to him, man. I gotta see it. Like, I know a lot of people don't like preseason, but it's some of these guys I just want to see. At least the first preseason game. Second and third preseason game is so boring. But the first one, and he gets some burn, all right, cool. We gonna see. We definitely gonna see if he about that. Ty Robinson as well. A lot of people been asking me like, yo, what Ty Robinson doing? I'm like, honestly, I haven't seen no articles. The notes where I get it from, haven't really talked about him. So I just did a little research. And I seen on PhiladelphiaEagles.com how Ty Robinson was making plays. He got a couple pressures, a couple batted balls. He's having a strong camp. But what's happening with Ty Robinson is that Montrell Johnson and Jordan Davis have been so good. What he's doing is being overshadowed per se. But he's having a great camp. And it's really hard to judge the defensive line as a whole is because they don't really have on pads. There's only so much they can do. But Ty Robinson is having a good camp, so let's not worry about that. Like, what's Ty Robinson doing, this, that, and the third? He's not having a bad camp. He's not having this extraordinary camp, whereas though a lot of people talking about it, but he's having a decent camp. He's making plays. So shout out to you, my guy Ty Robinson, man. The Vanilla Gorilla is doing things out there. So don't worry. He ain't falling. He ain't slipping. He's doing this thing. But it's just the emergence of Montrell Johnson. Montrell Johnson been the talk of the town. Jordan Davis been the talk of the town. Then you got Nolan Smith making plays. So those are big names. And, you know, Ty Robinson just falling to the waistline a little bit, which is fine. We know when Ty Robinson time come and when he get an opportunity, he going to make the most of it. But right now, it's just the Montrell Johnson show. But I just wanted to update you guys on Ty Robinson because he's been the most asked about guy to me. Like, Ty Robinson. I'm like, I don't know. But I looked up a couple things. He's doing pretty fine. He's doing good. Y'all. No reason to worry about that. But let's get into the last topic. Jalen Hurts spoke about Kevin Patullo, and this is what he had to say.
Have you guys been able to build the foundation for what this offense is going to be in 25?
Well, it began in OTAs, and that's kind of shortchanging it. I think all of the conversations we've had since he's come over here when I was in my second year, my first year starting, all the conversations began then. And so he has an opportunity to lead the group, and he's been very, very pointed and clear and been leading with great conviction, I'd say. And so that's always encouraging from my spot. And we're just continuing those conversations to try and build and evolve. You know, I think the beauty of it is that we've been together and we've been able to see different iterations of the Eagles find ways to win. And so that's something that we embrace, and that's something everyone has to embrace for us to try and do some of the things that we're trying to do. And so got a lot of confidence in him going in, and we just want to continue to stack good days on good days.
I love it. I think it's dope that, you know, he believed in his offensive coordinator, his vision, and how he said it started from OTAs. And them two knew each other for a very long time, but he never been a play caller. So now they're getting to know each other a little more. And Jalen Hurts look like he's buying into it. As far as what I've been hearing about the offensive side, the plays have been really good. So we had to see it. And if Jalen Hurts making plays in this offensive system, and if the players believe in this offensive system, fine by me. It's definitely fine by me. A lot of people fear with Kevin Patullo is that he's new to calling plays. One, you don't really have no background knowledge. That's two. And three, people fear the Brian Johnson thing again. And I don't think that's going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen because the thing is, say if Kevin Patullo starting off hot and teams adjust. Like, okay, this is what the Eagles are doing. Let's try to stop it. And let's stop it. And let's see if they can adjust again. Because what happened with Brian Johnson is that 49ers said it best. Once we were figured out, It's like Brian Johnson didn't have the answers. Nick Sirianni's not really a play caller like that, so he didn't have the answers, and we never really adjust. And I have to give Kellen Moore a lot of props for that, because the first 4 games was like, what are we? That bye week, he adjust, and you seen what happened. Like, it was really BTA the rest of the season. But I give Kellen Moore props, is that he adjusts. He was a vet. He knew what he was doing. Kevin Patullo, can he do those things? That's my only question as far as the offensive side. To me, everything else should be fine. And Jalen Hurts, he been here for a while, so his voice can be heard. Like, yo, we need to switch a couple things around. I think, guys will listen, like Kevin Patullo, Nick Sirianni. This is a Super Bowl winning quarterback now, so I'm pretty sure he got to say so in the offense and how it's being ran. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel? Ty Robinson, Montrell Johnson, had to talk about him a little bit. Jalen Hurts. This is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.